Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
I'm John.
I'm Scott.
And we're married.
We're married. And this is a knitting show.
It is.
About knitting.
It is.
And knitting-related knitting.
It is. Knitting-related knitting.
Knitting-related knitting.
Okay.
And stuff and things in yarn. And mead. And home brewing.
Ducks and chicks. Better scurry.
What's that got to do with anything?
You're doing like a list of stuff.
Oh, yeah. And baking.
Baking and occasional cat videos.
And Angela Lansbury.
Yeah.
Although we are the worst. We didn't do our homework.
Yeah, we are very tardy on that. We've been on the same Angela Lansbury movie, which is called Mutiny, for about probably 6 months.
Probably. What are you drinking?
I am drinking. This is white wine sangria. It's from a box.
That's disgusting.
It's not bad.
But see, why would you drink sangria without fruit in it? That's, to me, the whole point of sangria is that it's got fruit in it.
Yeah, but then you have to cut up the fruit.
It just seems like really sweet wine.
It is.
Okay. Well, I'm drinking a Costco pre-mixed, pre-made old-fashioned.
We are classy as heck here.
And for those of you who don't know, Costco, it's a... What do they call those? It's like a...
Membership, big box.
Yeah, but it's like where you go and you don't buy a toothbrush, you buy like 10 toothbrushes.
Right.
And you don't go and buy a roll of toilet paper, you buy 30 rolls of toilet paper.
Right.
We don't have a membership to Costco, but our
neighbors do.
And so last time John went with our neighbor, we got this collection of 4 pre-mixed cocktails.
Yep.
So I'm having an old-fashioned, which is not typically my favorite cocktail.
Is it okay, though?
I haven't tasted it yet.
Okay.
Because I just brushed my teeth. All right, so we have some projects.
We
We went on a knitting cruise.
Mm-hmm.
Day cruise.
Yep.
I don't have any finished objects, but I have a new work in progress. And what would you call a work in progress from the past?
A flashback work in progress?
A flashback work in progress.
A
raised from the dead. I was going to say it was taken out of the naughty pile, or it was taken out of the naughty corner, but I'm the one who came out of the naughty corner because I was not knitting for a while.
Right.
And so, as I mentioned last time, I'm trying to go through and find projects that I've started and actually finish them.
Good.
So, so I've got those to talk about, and then we've got acquisitions too.
Yeah, but I've got 2 works in progress, so.
So do I. But do you have any finished objects?
I do not.
Okay.
Cool. I was going to try to power through and do a finished object, but that seemed like a lot of work.
Cool.
So.
Why don't we do acquisitions first?
Why don't we talk about the cruise into acquisitions?
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Cool.
So, what did we do last Saturday, Scott?
We went on a day cruise hosted by Darn Knit Anyway, which is one of the best yarn stores ever.
Mm-hmm. It's in Stillwater, Minnesota.
It is owned by Amy Pelletier, or Pelletier. I don't know. I have a friend who pronounces the name Pelletier.
Mm-hmm.
But so the cruise was, Stillwater is a little town on the St. Croix River, which separates Wisconsin from Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's not a very wide river. It's an average-sized river.
Yeah.
It's not
like the Mississippi.
It's not like the Mississippi.
Right.
Although
it
is like the Mississippi up here, because the Mississippi's not very big up here.
Right.
But anyway, it does flow into the Mississippi. John is correct. Or the Mississippi flows into it. No, it flows into the Mississippi. So, where was I going with that? Oh, so they have like paddle boards, like the big
paddle boats.
Not paddle boats. Those are the things you pedal with your feet.
Steamboats.
It's not a paddle board either.
It's like a steam. It's like a steamboat with a
steamboat.
Yeah.
What I can't remember what they're called. I don't think are they called paddle boats?
I feel like I think paddle boats are the ones that you take on
your feet.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same principle, except the paddle is propelled by an engine as opposed to your feet.
Right. So, but we were on a more modern boat. It was like 1970s.
Yeah.
Kind of.
It was a
era.
Yeah.
So, but it was nice, and we sat on the top deck. We ran into, we didn't run into. We met someone in a coffee shop nearby who said she was going on the cruise, and so she and her friend, me and John, and then another 2 women who were just there.
Yeah.
We all just kind of sat together, and we sat on the top of the boat.
Yep.
I took some pictures, so I'll be
Yep.
inserting pictures as we talk.
And yes, I basically knit and chit chat and watch the river go by.
And I did my first split
Splice.
spit splice.
Split splice. Spit splice.
Splice. Do you remember everybody's name that was sitting there?
I don't remember
I'm
anyone's
really
name.
bad with
I'm
names.
sorry. We told them about our podcast, so hopefully, if they're watching this, they
don't remember our names either,
Right.
Except for that we said it at the beginning.
Yeah,
So
but anyway, nothing.
So I had never done one, and this woman's like talking about how cool they are because I was talking about Russian joins and how much I love Russian joins, and the yarn that I was knitting with was blue sky alpacas or blue sky fibers.
They're wool stock.
They're wool stock
Yeah.
base, which is 100% wool, so non-superwash. So I did a spit splice, and it was super cool.
Yeah, and it worked.
And it worked, except for the first time I did it, and I was like, "Look, it worked!" And then I pulled it apart again, and
Right.
so then I
Not really
did it again.
meant for that kind of
Right, right.
tug of
So
war.
then I did it again, and it worked great.
Great.
And so I'll be showing the project that I did that with. But what else? So then, there was shopping.
There was shopping on the boat, which was fun. They had shopping
Trunk show.
And they had shopping before in the store. So we can just go into our acquisitions now because those are our acquisitions, right? Unless there's anything else you want to chat about.
So the cruise left. There's about 150 people.
Sure.
She said. And so we left Stillwater and went south on the St. Croix to a bridge that starts with a W. And I don't know if it's the Wabasha Street Bridge or I can't remember which bridge it was. But then we turned around and came back, and the whole thing was, what, a couple hours?
Yeah, about an hour and a half
3
down,
hours?
hour and a half back.
Yeah. So that was super fun. I was totally distracted because there was a crisis going on at work. And so my team kept calling me and giving me updates, so I was a little distracted about that. There were a couple folks that came up and said that they recognized us from this.
Which was really
which was
cool.
awesome. I think if I had been a little bit more present of mind, like next time I would want to take like selfies together and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I just was really kind of out of it because of work, and I was distracted by that. But,
Right, and you're the one who takes care of that stuff for me because you're the extrovert.
Right.
So.
Right, and I wasn't being very extroverted. Plus, I was really frustrated with the pattern that I was knitting, which now I've gotten that figured out. So it was like a weird combination of things, but it was super fun. We got lunch, and the lunch was really good. And
Yeah, it was really, and the weather could not have been better.
oh yeah, the weather was awesome.
So.
So yeah, let's talk about acquisitions.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first?
Sure. Oops. All right. Darn it! It's like I haven't looked in this bag. Oh, are you okay, babe?
Well, the cocktail is 70 proof.
Oh,
The cocktail itself is 70 proof, so it's got a lot of bourbon in it.
Yes. All right. So this is from Darn It Anyway. So this was the complimentary Notions pouch that we got that says "Knit the River, Darn It Anyway."
Betty Ann, you're getting one of these because I accidentally bought an extra. I didn't realize we were getting them for free on the boat, and I bought one in the store. So Betty Ann's getting one of these.
Oh, goody. Then I got another Notions bag. This is from Cosette Designs. It is so cute. So it's a series called the Minneapolis Sculpture Garden Building. Minneapolis Sculpture Garden series. So there is a big.
That's when did they say Cosette in that?
Marius says it a lot. Cosette. I did not know you were my much. Anyway, whatever. Oh, Cosette. Sorry.
That's a very specific actor playing that role.
That is
the Irish guy.
Scottish, Colm Meaney.
Scottish, okay.
Did you ever tell that I saw him?
No, Colm Meaney is the guy that plays...
Colm Wilkerson.
Colm Meaney's the guy on Star Trek.
Right. Different Colm. He's Irish. Colm Wilkerson is Scottish, I think. I saw him play Phantom in Toronto. Christine! It was just like, it was just...
He was the priest in the movie version.
Yeah.
So for anybody who's seen the Les Mis movie version, he played the priest.
It was very distracting.
He was the original...
Jean Valjean.
Jean Valjean,
yeah. It was distracting to the Phantom sound like Jean Valjean. Anyway, so it's the Minneapolis Sculpture Garden. So there's a sculpture garden in downtown Minneapolis, or near downtown Minneapolis, and this is one of the big blue rooster sculpture.
Or there's another word for rooster that starts with a C, and people talk about the giant blue bird, C-O-C-K, that's in the sculpture of the giant blue
bird
that's in downtown Minneapolis.
Yeah. This is really cute. I like it a lot.
Can I see it?
Yep.
See, you buy this stuff, but it's like actually like my style of things.
Well, good thing we share everything, so...
Because the honeybee thing you bought is now mine.
Yes.
I'm not going to take this one from you, but what is it lined with?
I don't know.
Because it's got a not really... Not, I don't... It might be leather. I don't think it's leather.
I don't know. It could be, or it could be like
No, I don't think it was leather, because it would be more expensive if it was leather. It's leatherette.
Yeah. It's leather-esque.
Vinyl.
Yeah, it's probably vinyl.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I love
very
that.
Cute. So then I got a bunch of Xiaogu twist tips, because you can never have too many 6 4s and 4s. No. 6 4s and 5 tips in my house, because that's all I knit with. US sizes.
Oh, the length of the tip is 4 inches.
Right.
It's a US 4.
Yeah, I had a moment there. I'm like, they're on. Yeah. So
cool.
Basically, that's what I knit when I knit DK or worsted. That's what I get. Yeah. Then I got this darling little pouch.
When did you buy that? We've got like 5 of those.
I know, but I like them.
Betty Ann or Aunt Helen one gave us like 5 of these.
Yeah, it wasn't a...
That we're not even using right now. Oh, do you know it had stuff in it?
Oh my god!
Did you steal those?
No, they're little stitch marks. Oh, those are super cute. Okay, well, so it wasn't a thought. It was an impulse buy, not a thought out buy, obviously.
I'm going to set this to the side so we can show close-ups of those.
Okay, that sounds good. Then I got...
We literally have like 5 of those.
Whatever. I got a little tiny Zauber ball.
It's a half-size Zauber ball.
I was thinking I'd make minis with this or something. 50 grams. So that's cute.
Keep going. I'm just looking.
I got a mini. This is from Leading Men Fiber Arts. Showstopper mini skein. And the colorway is Foliage. It's super cute.
So...
Yes.
This Zauber ball is Stricken kann süchtig machen. It doesn't have the weight on it. I know we talked about this before, but it's 50 grams, but it doesn't tell you, because it looks a little heavier to me than fingering.
I feel it's fingering.
But it's 100% wool, and it's not superwash, so that's a little dangerous for knitting socks with.
Okay.
But I mean, it doesn't have to be dangerous for knitting socks with, but...
I don't know. I just thought it was cute.
Okay. No, I know. I'm just trying to figure out... Like, I feel like sometimes there are things like this, and there are... There's a specific purpose.
Well, it's self-striped, so I don't know what else you'd do with it.
Yeah.
I was thinking like shorty socks.
Well, and as other people have pointed
what I can
out,
also do is I can do shorty socks and then do a heel, do the heels and toes and something else.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We've talked... Yeah, okay. Got it.
So,
I've forgotten how to knit.
Then I got this, which is a just a skein of DK white yarn, and it's from 6 and 7 fibers.
6 und 7.
6 and 7. Sunflower tonals, color aubergine. I really liked that, and I think, I could be wrong, I feel like this is a natural dye. So I thought it was really cool.
It's worsted.
Yep.
It's 100 grams, 220 yards.
It's non-superwash.
Yeah.
So.
Non-superwash merino.
Yep.
Cool.
So that's what I got. Oh, and I got one more thing, but I will, well, and I got a pom-pom.
A tribble.
A triple. So, which is actually going to go on a project I'm working on right now. So yeah, that's what I got. It's a nice little haul.
Yeah. Especially when there's those little things that you didn't know you even got.
I know. Bonus loot.
Okay, so here's Betty Ann's the extra that I bought. So then I got 2 skeins from Northern Bee Studio.
And they were in a trunk show, right?
Yeah, they were on the boat in the trunk show. Hand dyed in small batches in northern Wisconsin.
Oh.
And I think there was something about her. No, that was a different one. So what's cool about this is it's 20% yak, 10% nylon, 70% superwash.
Okay.
So 70, 20, 10, but it's got 20% yak. It's very soft, but it's very nicely wound so that it's going to show great stitch definition.
Yep.
The colorway is Siren.
Okay.
It's her yak sock base, and it's 100 grams, 430 yards. So, yeah, I'm not going to unscale. Well, yeah, let's unscale.
Okay.
I like to do that. Okay, so, I'm sorry, John, are we bothering you while you're on your phone?
No, Todd Michael Thomas was texting me an Angela Lansbury question. Ironically, and what was it? Oh, okay.
Todd Michael Thomas.
It's about the last unicorn. So.
Oh, okay. So anyway, this has got magentas or fuchsia and like a really, really, really dark teal.
Yep.
And a gray, basically.
I like that. It's really pretty.
Colors that is in it. Yeah, I love it. So that's that. And then the same base, another colorway. This one's Whimsy. Same base and everything. And this is 3 colors again, and this is kind of an olive green, again like a lighter teal, and then a
dusty rose.
Dusty rose. Yeah. So I really like these. I can't.
Those
wait
are
to
gorgeous.
knit
Yeah.
with those. Okay, so I got that, and then this is the one that I got for free. And before the cruise, I went into the store and bought. I've never knit with this before. This is Cascade Yarns Heritage Prints. It's 75/25, and it's self-striping.
I like how this. I like they showed the self-striping pattern.
I don't like that. I like it to be revealed.
Oh, Lordy.
I don't like that.
We've talked about how you like surprises and I don't. So
100 grams, 437 yards. I'm sure most people who knit with Cascade know about this. It's the color is 75, but it's Roy GB. I bet it's like Roy G Biv or something like that, but because it's kind of got all the colors. But
yep, that's pretty.
Yeah. And then I got some 9-inch circulars, 2.5 millimeter, because if y'all remember from last episode, I talked about the fact that I bought a bunch of these and they were US size 2.5, which was 3 millimeter, I think. So they were the wrong size.
And the cat ate a pair.
No, that's a different story.
Okay.
And then I also got one of these rescue tool things, because you can never have enough of these rescue tool things. But I also got a surprise present from John. He found this on Etsy, and it's from DK Graham.
I didn't find it on Etsy. I saw it on someone posted on Instagram, and then Instagram being I was like, oh, I have to buy this for Scott.
And it's DK Graham in Beaverton, Oregon. So anyway, it is a set of stitch markers. We'll have to do a close-up of these, but they're related to the movie Fire Saga. No, it's Eurovision
Tin.
Song Contest, the saga of, or the story of
Fire Saga, yeah.
or something like that. Which I've watched it, I think, 4 times,
Yeah.
and I listen to the soundtrack all the time. If you guys have never watched it, it's hilarious. It's got Will Ferrell and Emily, what's her name?
Regina George.
Regina George from Mean Girls.
Yeah.
Can't
What's
remember
her
what,
name?
what the
And it's
actress's
got the
name
guy
is.
from Cousin Matthew from Downton Abbey.
Oh yeah, and then it's got
Dan Stevens.
and then it's got the,
Rachel McAdams.
Rachel McAdams, and then it's got the guy, the Remington Steele guy,
Yes, Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan. But it's absolutely hilarious. Like I said, I've watched it 4 times.
Ya ya, ding dong.
That's where the Ya Ya Ding Dong song, and there's one of the, and at first I didn't understand what it was till I saw the Ya Ya Ding Dong stitch marker. And then it's got it comes with a pin as well. I'm sitting here looking at it and nobody can see it. It comes with it's Fiber Saga.
Oh.
In the font from the band
Smart.
logo. So I'll do a close up of those.
Yeah. So look what we have. Oh, do you have more?
Yeah, I do, but it's with a project.
Okay.
So
Sounds good.
yeah.
Ya ya, ding dong.
Ding dong. Okay. Do you want to go now?
Sure.
I mean, do you want to do your first? Whatever?
Yeah, I can do my first. Hang on.
I'll
Sort of
start
do a
putting
little.
my retwisting
clean
my
up.
arm back.
If we didn't like do a podcast, these bags would just sit around unopened for
We'd be
months.
like, have we bought any yarn lately?
Yeah, no, it's.
Yeah,
I've
there's
actually
4
found
bags in the
yeah,
spare bedroom.
Exactly. All right, so I will start on my less interesting finish up work in progress. So this is.
They're all interesting in their own way, John.
Well, no, this hasn't changed much from last time. So this is my Cadence scarf. It's getting kind of long.
That's what she said.
Anyway, so it is the Cadence scarf. Oh, that's the free pattern that came from the cruise.
Oh yeah, Sunrise on the St. Croix.
So it is the Cadence scarf. It is by by Kyle Konecki from Quince and Company. And the yarn I'm using is Lord.
It is les cheveux. No, les alpacas d'Ovas.
DeVos, yeah.
Alpacas d'Ovas.
Boss. So it is a 80-15 Surrey Alpaca Merino blend. And this is the yarn that I'm doing. So yeah, it is coming right along. So this is one that I picked up about a month ago. It had been languishing. I think I cast it on.
I think you said January.
Yeah,
Like
if
around
not
New Year's.
if not before, earlier than that. But yeah, it's just
Or a couple years, maybe. It's been.
it might be New Year's from 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I feel like I cast, but anyway, I have a vague memory of casting it on.
In New Richmond.
Yeah. So that would have been 2 New Years ago. So yeah, it's almost 2 years old.
I'm destroying this.
So, but yeah, this is the ball band. The yarn was 500 yards, and so it's in 2 separate balls when I wound it up because it was going to fall off the winder. So I'm almost done with the first ball of yarn,
Oh.
and I'm just going to go. I think it's a what?
Oh, you only going to do this?
No,
Or you
no,
gonna
no.
do both balls.
I'm going to do
of
both
yarn?
balls.
Holy cow.
Well, because it's like this is.
Do you enjoy it?
I do. It's actually so it's becoming a nice. It's become my watching TV when they're not subtitles. Knitting.
Oh, that's a strong drink.
Anyway, so yeah, this has been. I basically sit down, I'll knit a little
It's
bit.
really. I mean, it looks machine made.
Yeah.
Except for right there where you effed it all up.
Yeah. No, there's a few little handmade details in it. But yeah.
I mean, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Yeah, and I like because it's
We'll do
also
a close up.
It's also 2-sided, so like you get both sides are nice, which I like. I feel like scarves when you have a wrong side on a scarf, I'm like it just feels a little
hate that.
weird.
Yeah, I hate when there's a wrong side of a scarf.
So I'm doing this. I don't know if people do this, but
Actually, Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, so basically, we get Paramount Plus, which is a streaming service. We got it for Star Trek, but I recently discovered they have all 10 seasons of The Love Boat on it.
I was all excited to watch an episode this morning, and then you went upstairs and knit, and left me to struggle with Harris while he was trying to climb on top of me and take a nap on top of me.
I'm sorry, we can do it some other time. So, I mean, they're not all dissimilar.
Correct. Correct.
So anyway, this is my Love Boat knitting, which is super fun right now. I'm halfway through season 1. So the Love Boat, for people who don't know, it was on...
Who doesn't know what the Love Boat is?
Gen Z? No, Gen Y. I don't know.
Is there a Gen Y? There wasn't a Gen Y.
Gen Y are millennials now.
Oh, right.
So the Love Boat was a very popular TV show that was on for like 10 years from 1977 to like 1986. I used to watch it all the time. We would go over to my... So, growing up, when I was a small child, I broke the TV. And my parents didn't replace it for many years.
My favorite thing in the world when we're visiting your family is to bring up to your siblings the time that you broke the TV.
Yeah. So, anyway, so we'd go over to my friend's house, my parents' friends, our friends. And on Saturday nights, we watched The Love Boat. And it was just the most exciting thing to watch. It's where I learned that you can fall in love in 3 days.
Right.
In front.
Gucci.
In front.
Chara was on every other episode, right? Was she like a recurring character?
She was a recurring character.
Okay.
She shows up in season 1 and just shows up because people love... Who doesn't love Charo?
She's still alive, isn't she?
She is still alive, and she looks amazing.
Was she on RuPaul's Drag Race?
She was.
That's right. That's why I'm sorry recently.
And so I'm about halfway through season 1, and it is both a bad show and a good show at the same time. So, like, I'm on episode 12, and I feel there's already been 3 storylines with children stowaways. There's been at least 2.
Well, and you pointed out that, like, now watching it on a high-definition television, big television...
Oh, yeah, you're just like, that's a set.
You're like... Well, and literally outside, they were on the deck of the boat, like, sunbathing or whatever.
Like...
And behind them was literally a blue sheet...
like
a dark blue sheet and a light blue sheet.
Right, like when you do
with like painted on waves.
Right. Almost like you were in like elementary school, those big rolls of butcher paper. Like one roll of light blue, one roll of dark blue.
And the waves didn't move.
No. So, I mean, but I watched it growing up on like a 13-inch screen TV, so like you didn't notice.
Yeah.
So anyway, Love Boat.
The Love Boat.
Soon. Anyway, it's how I learned what Acapulco was.
Where Acapulco was?
Uh-huh. Because they always go to Acapulco and Puerto Vallarta.
Seriously?
Yeah. Because they're doing the Pacific cruise. They start in Los Angeles, Acapulco.
No, Puerto Vallarta's not on the Pacific coast, is it?
Yeah, I think so.
No, it's on the Gulf Coast.
And that's Cancun.
I've not been to any of them. Ixtapa and Zihuatanejo is on the Pacific side.
They stop at
But you can't swim in the Pacific, really. Can you? It's like super cold.
I don't know.
Whatever.
So anyway, that was Love Boat. So I will. We can start doing Love Boat updates.
No, we're not. Okay, I want to do one now.
Okay, go.
All right, so I'm going to start with the one that frustrated me.
Okay.
So...
The split splice.
The split splice. So first of all, they were selling these on the boat. These little oversized page protectors or whatever.
Right.
The brand is Basic, Bazic, but it's nice because it has. Let me take the pattern out because the pattern I think is a paid-for pattern. But it's got an extra. Like it's it's open.
Right. And why did you buy it?
Because it's so windy, my pattern kept blowing all over the boat. But so anyway, I've been using Knit Companion in my iPad a lot, but sometimes I just like to have a hard printed or a hard copy of a pattern, and I already had this one printed out. So this is got the wrong page up. This is the Almagre. Don't know if I'm saying that now. Almagre. Hat by Chelsea Clammer. A hat with ridges as majestic as Almagre Mountain outside of Colorado Springs. When my mother first saw this hat, she said it looks like mountain ranges. Well, Almagre Mountain was the first mountain she climbed, so this one's for you, Mom.
Well, that's nice.
So yeah, so it has a unique. I'm assuming this is unique. I've never seen this technique before, where there's a left twist and a right twist, and it took me forever to figure out to interpret the instructions for the left twist and the right twist. I don't necessarily think that's any reflection on the pattern or the author of the pattern, because one person's up is another person's down. So I really struggled. And I remember that I put this down because I kept struggling with that, but I finally figured out, because the right twist and the left twist should be a mirror of one another. So, and it's knit in the round, so the stitches should be a mirror of one another. The technique should be a mirror of one another. And it was not that. And I kept struggling and had John look at it with me and And so my thing about this hat is I'm not going back. Like, I'm not going to rip out, because the twists make it nearly impossible to pull out. Right. And so one round I added a stitch. So there's a repeat. There's a 4-stitch repeat. I think it's technically an 8-stitch repeat. But anyway, it's either a 4-stitch or an 8-stitch repeat. And I added a stitch. I added 3 stitches on every repeat. So I ended up with almost twice the number of stitches on the needle that I was supposed to have one round, and then I knit 2 together, like all the way around, to get it back to the normal. I mean, this hat, I don't know. It looks fine. Yeah. I mean, I'll show a close-up of it, but it's not as pristine as hers. But, I mean, you can definitely see the diagonals and all that. Yeah. It's a fun textured pattern. Yeah, it'll look great. Yeah, and it doesn't, I mean, it's fine. It's whatever. It's a hat. And so what I did was I modified the pattern to have the folded over brim, like the Metropolitan hat that was in the first episode or first issue of Rib magazine. So basically it's a 3x2. Is that what that is? Or 3x1? That's a 3x1, right? Or, sure. 3x1 or 3x2 rib. 3x1 rib. And then you knit twice the length, and then you fold it over and knit them together, knit them together, pick up the stitch or whatever you want to call it. And so I just love that brim because it fits down over your ears and keeps your ears nice and warm. So anyway, I'm working my way through this hat. I don't even remember when I put it down. It was years ago. Yeah. So I'm sure I showed it on the on our podcast before. Yeah. But the yarn that I'm using, as we talked about it before, is Blue Sky Fiber. Hang on a second, let me find it. Okay, it's Blue Sky Fiber wool stock, worsted. It's 150 grams, 370 yards, 338 meters. It's 100% fine Highland wool. The colorway is October Sky. Nice. So it's made in Peru. It's a Minnesota company.
The wool must come from Peru then.
Yeah. So, anyway.
And fine Highland wool, I guess it's the Highlands of Peru. I always think of Highlands as being Scotland, but right. I mean, I guess they're everywhere. Highlands are.
So, anyway, it's now that I've figured it out, it's really fun because the stitches are very unique. It's not something that I've done before, so yeah, and it's in my Mr. Indigo's bags. I don't know if Mr. Indigo's bags is still around, but it's my Fox bag that my mom got me. And yeah.
Cool. So all right. This is I think it's a Cody Knits bag.
It is.
It is a Cody Knits bag. Thank you, Cody. I think either Betty Ann bought this for us, or
no, he gave it to us.
He gave it to us. I can't remember when we. So anyway,
it was before he was selling bags. I don't know if he's still doing that.
I don't know. So this is a hat I'm working on. It is called the Paragon toque by Very Busy Monkey. So
Very Busy Monkey.
Yep.
That's funny.
So anyway, it is a hat. I'm knitting it for our neighbor Shannon.
Where did you find this?
I don't know, just on the internet.
Did you find it on Ravelry?
I think so. Yeah, I know so. So it's a very fun pattern. It is kind of a faux, kind of like what you're doing. It's like almost like a faux cable, but it's done with increases and decreases.
Oh, and it has a chart.
Yeah,
I love charts.
I love charts too. So this is almost.
That is a cool faux cable.
Yeah, it looks like a cable, and I guess you could do it with a cable if you really wanted to, but I'm certainly happy not to. So it is. It has. I think I've got another 10 or 12 rows in the repeat, and then I'm going to start doing the crown. So this is really fun. I actually cast this on like Monday night, and it is Saturday now.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Because it's just like you sit down and do, because it's a hat, and you sit down and
we need to knit the same thing and time ourselves. Because I feel like you knit twice as fast as I do.
Except for socks.
Oh, that's true.
So, but yeah, I sit down and we'll do a row or two, and the nice thing is that it's basically, you have one row that is kind of your increases and decreases, and the next row is just knitting through the back loop of the yarn overs. So your second row, it's like you do the first row, and that's like, whatever. And it's a hat that's 96 stitches, so it doesn't take that long to do. So I'm super happy with this. It should be done pretty soon. And the yarn I'm using is from Trilogy Yarns. It is 80% merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon.
Oh, that's right. I can't wait for you to tell Shannon that you knit her a hat with cashmere.
Yes, and it's her MCNDK. And the colorway is Elizabeth. And so this is from, I don't know if this is a color you can actually get from her anymore, because she did a Pride and Prejudice yarn club.
Yarn club, yeah.
So this is Elizabeth after Elizabeth Bennet. So I think, number one, this color is fantastic. And then just the stitch definition is so crisp, which is really great for...
And that's going to look great when it's blocked, too.
Yeah. And so then this pom-pom's going to go with it.
Yes!
I know!
That's so great. And there's this little snappy thing on the bottom. So you sew that into the hat through those holes.
Oh.
And then she can take it off if she wants to wash it or something.
That is so smart. Because I think the last...
I remember us looking at it before and I was like, what the heck is that? And then I remembered, oh yeah, this is one of those snap ones.
That makes so much... Because the last puppy one I got didn't have that snap on. I just sewed it on.
Yeah.
So, fun.
Yeah.
So anyway, I am very excited. This is going to be done, I think, maybe tomorrow while you're playing Dungeons and Dragons. But, yay. But again, I mean, it's one of those things that, like, I've been, this, it's just, to me, like, every now and then you get, like, this is the perfect yarn for this hat. Mm-hmm. Because I think this hat in a is this tonal? No. It's not quite tonal.
I would call it variegated.
Maybe variegated. But it's
with
not...
With speckles?
Yeah.
Because it's got do you see the red speckles?
No.
So do you see how that is a red speckle?
I do. I don't see it in the pattern at all.
Right there.
Yeah, I don't...
Right there.
Yeah, no.
Right there.
No. I mean, I see it, but it doesn't jump out to my disabled eyes.
You see it or you don't?
So when you point out...
Hedging your bets on this. Hedging your disability.
I don't see it.
Okay.
But when you pointed out the red bit, I saw
there,
that.
Honey. It's over here.
Whatever. I saw
There's
it.
one right there.
Yeah, no, I don't see it. Okay.
There's one right there.
Yeah. I don't see it. So anyway, it's really pretty.
John's gotten his revenge because my eyes are... I'm needing to read. I'm needing reading glasses. I've never worn corrective lenses of any kind for my entire life. And I can see all the colors of the rainbow. So now I'm getting to the point where I have to hold everything at arm's length so that it focuses. So, and I do have some cheaters, but
Yeah.
John's getting his revenge.
Well, I have cheaters too. We talked about that last time.
Last night, 4 in the morning.
No. What?
I woke up and I couldn't get back to sleep, and I woke John up, not on purpose. And I'm like, well, we're old now, so let's just get up. That's what old people do, is they get up at 4 in the morning.
And I was like, bye.
So I wanted to read. Well, in the middle of the night, I can't see. It's my close-up vision is super blurry. So I'm like, John, can you hand me your reading glasses? So never has that ever happened before where I could share glasses with John, because John wears the reading glasses with his contact lenses.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
For some reason, when I wear glasses, I don't have the same problem. The eye doctor talked when I did that. So, yeah. But
anyway, it was nice to say, John, because I think I have 2. I bought 3 pair of cheaters. They were cheapies from Amazon, and I have like 2 pair left. And
well, and you got the super low power ones, and mine are.
Yours are, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, so now Betty Ann's gonna like this one for 2 reasons. This project for 2 reasons. First of all, it's for her. Second of all, it's with Mohair. So I'm knitting Betty Ann some socks with Mohair. And
who is Betty Ann?
Let me tell you. Oh yeah, Betty Ann's my mom.
Okay.
My poor put upon long-suffering mom.
That's so true.
She is so selfless. She doesn't. Okay, both people who came up to us on the boat, on the knitting cruise, were like, we love the Betty Ann stories. And I said, well, they're stories for you, but for me it's my life.
It's trauma.
It's trauma. So anyway, Betty Ann kept saying, I want you to knit something with Mohair. I want you to, and I'm like, you know how to knit. Why don't you knit something with Mohair yourself? However, I was at the trunk show, and they had, this was Apple
Fiber Studios.
Apple Fiber Studios, which I freaking love their yarn.
Yeah.
And they're in Wisconsin, aren't they?
No, they're in like Washington State.
Oh, okay.
I think.
So anyway, they had sock yarn and they had Mohair. And so I'm like, oh, I guess I knit some socks. And then I saw these colorways, I'll show in a minute, and I'm like, oh, Betty Ann would love that. Mm-hmm. So I am knitting her some socks, and as Justin and Caleb from the Bearded Pearl podcast and Etsy store said, what are you thinking, knitting socks with Mohair? Betty Ann's going to put those on, and she's going to go ass over tea kettle. As soon as she puts, she's going to slip on. Hope she doesn't have hardwood floors. And I'm like, well, that's her problem.
Right.
If she falls down, that's her problem. But no, I figured she would wear them. She's got carpet in most of her house. And all socks are slippery, right?
Some are more slippery than others, right?
But
I don't think, so I think it's carpeting in the house, and maybe there's
tile in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah, or vinyl flooring.
But these are going to be her TV watching socks anyway, so it's all good.
Or sleeping socks. I don't know if she wears socks when she sleeps. Bed socks. Anyway, I want to knit everything with Mohair now. Everybody's like, oh, I need to know Mohair. And I'm like, what? Why? What are you talking about? So this is lace weight Mohair. Okay, let me get into the yarn. So this is, my new favorite thing is to knit everything, pull everything from the outside, because you can put the little ball band on the inside, and it makes your cake doesn't collapse. It's a whole thing. Get into it. So this is, let me pull the ball band out. It was very interesting caking this up. Apple Fiber Studio. This is, the color is Glacier Bay. It is lace weight, the delicious base, and it is 72% kid mohair and 28% silk. So what I'm assuming, it's Bellingham, Washington. So what I'm assuming,
That's where Nancy's from, right?
That's where Nancy's from, yeah. So what I'm assuming is that, I thought she's from Walla Walla.
No, she's from
Olympia.
Yeah.
No, she's from Seattle.
Yeah, I can't even remember.
No, she's from Boise.
That's in Idaho.
Oh. So anyway.
She's from Pullman.
Is that a city in Washington?
Yes, it is.
I thought she had moved to Portland. 72% kid mohair. I'm assuming that the silk is the string.
Yep. That makes
and
sense.
then the mohair is attached to it somehow.
I wonder if it's like, if like mohair's just sticky enough, it just sticks to it. I don't know.
What was interesting is as I was winding it, so when I kick up my yarn, I've got the skein on the Swift, and then I'm turning the thingy-majig.
Cranky-to-do.
And I always keep a tension with my hand, and so as I'm going along, it's just like
puffing off
fluffs. Not a lot, but I mean, it's like, it was kind of funny. And I was like, oh God, I hope I'm not stripping all the mohair off, but it's obviously fine. So, so this is the sock yarn. Oh wait, I'll do that later. This is the sock yarn. Aren't these colorways beautiful?
Yeah. Well, and it's like they go together so well.
So this is the mohair. This is the sock yarn. And God, that's so soft by itself. This is also Apple Fiber Studios, and this is Alpine Lake. So this one's Glacier Bay, and this one's Alpine Lake. They're Macintosh bays. Oh, I get it. Red Delicious Macintosh. I get it now. What?
No, it's alpaca and merino.
I didn't know that. I didn't remember seeing that. Okay, so I can't tell what the stickers cover. Okay, so it's 20% alpaca, 60. That's why it's so soft. 20% alpaca, 60% merino, and 20% nylon.
So it's alpaca and an alpaca and what's that again?
Kid mohair.
Mohair. She's gonna slip all over the place.
She's gonna go ass over tea kettle.
She is. Sorry, Betty Ann. I mean, just take a video.
You'll be a fall risk, but that's okay. But yeah, so I'm knitting these for her, and I was like, is it gonna be weird, knitting on a 9-inch circular and knitting with these tiny little needles with holding it to no.
Oh, you're in the you're in the heel flapping gusset.
I'm getting ready to start they're shorties because she doesn't need living where she does. She doesn't need longer socks. So, but yeah, I am absolutely loving. So my next thing I want to do with mohair is mittens.
Right. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is. I understand why everybody's like, oh my God, I have to knit everything with mohair. I'm just thinking though about that sweater that Justin from Bearded Pearl knit
with mohair.
With mohair, like it'd be like super luxurious, luxuriating, but yeah. And so everybody talks about how warm it is. I haven't had that experience, so I'm interested to see what that's all about. Plus, I need to frickin' trim my
tail
before I cause any more disasters. I will say it is very easy to get your mohair all tangled up.
I bet.
It sticks to everything. So, and this is my little mustache ball bag that I got from I bought it from Leading in Fiber Arts.
Right.
Pete Moss Novelties. So yeah, so that's my other
cool
work in progress.
Great. We have a quick Betty Ann story, but this is
a Betty Ann update.
Well, it is and it isn't. So we have a Betty Ann. We know Betty Ann is. So we're on a group text with some other knitters, and our friend Charlotte was like, "Hey guys, did you know there's a Betty Ann dahlia?"
That's right.
So if you look in the dahlias, there is a pink pom-pom dahlia called the Betty Ann dahlia. It's super cute, and I was actually thinking we might maybe try to get some or grow some and give them to Betty Ann. So anyway, found out about this. I'm like, oh dear. Because I don't know if you remember when Betty Ann was selling the go-go boots that had the hypnotic pattern on them that made
like
you...
the magic eye?
Yeah, and they made you want to give her money to GoFundMe so she could have a hurricane named after her.
That's right.
So
that.
Betty Ann has always wanted a hurricane named after her.
Right.
So anyway, that she had a whole brilliant little scheme for that. So I was like, oh no, something slipped through. Because I was like, okay, what kind of nefarious...
She has a condensed milk name after her too.
I know. So anyway, I was like, uh-oh. So I'm looking and I'm very worried because I'm like, this is a mess we're going to have to undo. Like, whatever blackmail, harassment, I don't even know. Fortunately, I looked up and the Betty Ann dahlia was named the Betty Ann dahlia in 1928.
And she was little in 1928. I mean, she was like in kindergarten, I think, in 1928. So
anyway, we're pretty sure that she is innocent.
Had not... I mean, it depends on whether or not you think that psychopathy or sociopathy, if people are born that way, or if it's developed. So I don't know that she was a true sociopath at that point.
Right. So anyway, we're going to let this one pass.
Yeah.
So I looked it up in the International Register of Dahlias, and it was named in 1928. So I don't believe we have to go down the rabbit hole and see what's going on. And, like, thank God, because I don't even...
Can we pause for a minute? Do you have your phone?
Yes.
I'm gonna insert a picture here. I want to take a picture of what we're seeing. So yeah, that's our view while we're trying to record a podcast episode. That is our beanbag chair that has now become a dog bed.
Right, like so many things in this house that we bought for ourselves, and
we bought an entire love seat for our bedroom that
is now a dog bed.
Yeah,
but it's okay.
The whole love seat is now a dog bed.
Yeah. Less is hard. So that's the Betty Ann, I guess, false alarm.
Thank God it wasn't.
But I mean, I'm glad people are out there watching for us.
Yes, it's the network. It's the band, the Betty Ann Network.
Yeah. So
we're gonna watch
Mutiny.
Angela Lansbury for the next time. We don't really have any trips or anything coming up. We're thinking about going to South Dakota to go spelunking.
Yeah.
In some caves.
But not on our own. Like, we're doing guided tours. We're not just going into caves.
Yes.
Because I'm not doing that.
I don't think you can do that.
I mean, I think you can, but I think you shouldn't. Yeah. Right?
So
I've seen Descent, and I don't want to... I don't need that to be me.
Scariest movie ever.
So...
what else? Do we have anything else coming up?
Nope. We'll have our...
little quick... Well, no, I'll do it next time. I was going to do a quick homebrewing update. I feel like we should do a homebrewing episode or something potentially. So,
yeah.
Cool.
That is what's going on.
All right. Well, thanks, everybody. Hope you had a good time spending time with us.
Yes.
I'm going to go hang out now with my friends Jenny and Gio.
And play pull tabs.
And probably get into trouble.
Probably.
And, yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
All right.
Bye. That was fun. Okay. Do you mind recording a close-up of this and my two projects?
Are you going to edit right now?
I hadn't planned on it.
Why don't we go out and hang out with Jenny and Gio, and then I'll take stuff.
Okay.
Can I come too?
Oh yeah. I got a different vibe.
Yeah. No.
50